What's good? What's good? What's good? Episode 14. Episode 14. Got my boy Shane today. We're gonna keep going, man. Got a couple good interviews coming up. I want to thank everybody for tuning in each and every week. Um, we're gonna get into a good interview today. If you haven't watched episodes one through 13, please do so. Go check it out, man. Go check it out. Great interviews, great stories, great testimonies. Peace, 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 peace. Come on in. Come on in. Like, share, comment. Like, share, comment. Hey, my love. Hey, mommy. Hey, Tanya. How y'all doing? Like, share, comment. Like, share, comment. We in here. Episode 14. Shane. Gonna come up here and give his story, testimony. Um, if you haven't watched episodes 1 through 13, please do so. Great episodes, great testimonies, great stories, great people, great mindsets. Man, I'm really proud of everybody that came up so far, and the mindsets that everybody has is like it's amazing. Nobody's like down and out or anything like that. They just up, moving. A game, what it do? What it do? What it do? Yeah, hit that like button. Hit that like button. Like, share, comment. Like, share, comment. Get them up in here. But yeah, consistency. Yeah, for sure. We're gonna keep it going. Keep it going. Keep it going. Lot more stories to be told. A lot more testimonies out there. Um, if you haven't watched episodes 1 through 13, go do so. Great stories, great testimonies. Um, other than that, we're gonna get into it. Got my boy Shane. Yo, what's good, bro?
Yo, Benji, what's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How your day going?
Hey, blessed, bro. Man, it's the weekend. Flew by way too fast, but all is good, man.
Yeah. All right, so go ahead and tell them your name and where you from.
Yeah. So my name is Shane Moscow. I am from South Florida, so I'm born and raised in Broward area for till I was about 16. Then I moved up to Connecticut when I was 16. Finished high school, did some college up there. That's where I ended up getting injured, and man, made it back home.
Okay. What's your level of injury?
Yeah, man. So I'm a T12 incomplete. So I was injured about 13 years ago in a car
Okay.
accident. Yeah. So fortunately, man, I was drunk driving, dude. It was by myself. I didn't hurt anybody else. It was just me in the car.
Uh
So
huh.
like, man, like when that happens, your whole world's flipped upside down. But for me, I always had like a positive outlook, positive mindset. Like, man, I got myself in this situation. I'm gonna get myself out of it. So, for me, that was mindset, man. It was everything, as I'm sure you see, all the
Yeah.
time.
Yeah. So you were drunk driving? Like, was it at
Yeah,
night? Were you coming
yeah.
like
No,
from
I
the?
was I was drunk driving, man. I went out with friends that night. Uh, you know, was partying. I don't even really remember the night, to be honest. I remember getting back to my buddy's house. He's like, yo, stay at my house, man. Don't drive. And dude, I was like a mile and a half from my house. I just got this like stick shift Altima, bro. It's like 6 speed stick shift. I was like, man, I'm good. Like, I'm just gonna go, and ended up not making it home. So, right, I was going like 60, 70 miles an hour on like a 25-mile-an-hour back road. And I
Oh
ended up
man.
going down a hill. I bottomed out of the car. So was going so fast that like it shocked and bottomed out. And I ended up on the opposite side into oncoming traffic. And I guess I overcorrected it and I shot into a guardrail and flipped my car. And I flew out of the car, got ejected about 50 feet.
Oh
But I'm
wow.
telling you, man, like I wear my seatbelt 99% of the time. The one time I didn't, it saved my life.
Yeah.
The car caught fire. It burned down. And man, divine intervention is really the only thing that saved me. Um, I remember there was the reason somebody called 911 was because they heard a crash, but then they saw the flames of the vehicle. So
Yeah,
if things didn't happen the way they did, and the car didn't catch fire, then I don't know if anybody would have called. And they said I was conscious on the scene, but man, I don't remember anything. I remember waking up in the hospital about 30 days later in an induced coma. My mom was at the foot of the bed and kind of
yeah,
as I'm coming to, like, told me what happened, and where I didn't, not having a single scratch or bruise on my body other than like my broken back. It's the only thing you can thank God for, man, because I
yeah.
shouldn't I shouldn't be here. That's a fact.
So wait, did it crack your spine or something?
Yeah, so T12 incomplete, so paralyzed from the waist down. And so yeah, I ended up getting some function back, lower than my level of injuries. Like I could walk in braces with a walker, but I mean, I know I see you grinding out and doing your thing, and more than anybody, it's functionally like outside of the house. It's pretty difficult to go to restaurants or go outside, and you got cracks, you got things that are tough to maneuver a walker around. So the wheelchair is definitely like more practical.
Yeah. So how old were you when you said you were
I
20,
was
right?
20. I was 20. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
so you was in the hospital for 30 days. So after they tell you, so wait, do the doctors tell you like you're paralyzed, or how do you get the
Pretty much,
information?
man. The doctors told me like you're probably never gonna walk again. And to me again, like mindset's everything, and it's tough when you get injured, man, because you don't want to leave the hospital until you're walking again. Like it's your mindset, I'm gonna be fine, I'll be able to walk again. But
Yeah,
reality is, and you go to inpatient rehab, and you kind of got to learn this whole life, all over again. And again, that's where mindset comes in, to everything, and the positive outlook and focusing on what you do have versus what you don't have was everything. But yeah, the whole journey to walk again, man, it's still going, bro. I still have faith that I'm gonna walk again. I mean, I'm doing it in braces, and
yeah,
um, I think functionally though, like you kind of transition from, I'm gonna be a functional walker and doing things like I used to like, all right, how can I live my best life, you know, through just a wheelchair, and figuring
yeah,
out getting over these obstacles, because this isn't going to hold me back from anything that I want to do in life. It's just these are hurdles, these are obstacles, and you figure out a way, and to do the things you want to do.
yeah, yeah. So when you come home from the hospital, where do you go home? Do you live alone at this point, or you still home
So
with?
man, very blessed, man. I lived with my parents at the time. I was 20. I was going to college too. Like I ended up moving back home. I went to like a state college for 2 years, ended up coming back home, and I went to a community college, and I was like working, had a job in between. When I got home from the hospital, like luckily I was able to stay in inpatient long enough where, my parents had, family friends that worked in the construction, was able to renovate the house, put a ramp in my garage to even get into the house, get into the bathroom, transferred like one room into, I think it was like they call it a three seasons room, basically like a outside indoor porch, whatever you
Yeah,
want to call it. And they were able to make it into, a downstairs for me and make the bathroom accessible, which man, like was such a blessing, because I know people who like they go home and they don't have an accessible bathroom. But
yeah, yeah,
um it's tough. You figure out a way regardless. But yeah, so I got home from the hospital. I spent a month in an induced coma. I spent 2 months in inpatient rehab, and then I probably spent uh, like 6 months to a year going to therapy, like outpatient therapy. But
yeah.
man, that it humbles you, bro. Like those riding those handicap buses, man. That's it. That'll humble you.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It definitely will, man. It definitely will. All right. So I know you said mindset, mindset, mindset. So when you got home and you're still going to therapy, your mindset is still like, I'm a walk, I'm a walk, I'm a walk, I'm a walk.
Yeah, they do. It's one day at a time, right? Like I felt like I'm always gonna fight to walk again, whether it's today, whether it's 10 years. And um, yeah, like it was always walk again. So like in outpatient therapy, I saw that I did have function in my legs. I saw I could walk in braces with a walker. So that was always like the mission was to do that, to stand, to um, you know, to try to walk again. And I still, I have my standing frame. I know how important it is to weight bear. So, I try to do that a lot. I should definitely walk more than I do, but functionally, man, it's the wheelchair is easier and just embraces it's not that you plateau, but like you kind of get to a certain point and the grind is always there though. I mean, the mission is still the same. It's going to be the same till I die, always to walk again. And I think our time where we live, man, it's I really think there's going to be a cure for it. So like when I got injured in inpatient rehab, this was going 13 years ago, they had this robotic exoskeleton when I
Yeah.
went to outpatient. So like right then and there, like I got to see a guy that was 4 years post injury stand and walk in this. So like, man, I'm like, all right, like there's technology out there already that is going to help me walk again. So that
Yeah.
definitely helped my mindset, to stay focused on my goals and to walk again. But you see that there and it definitely like helps to like focus what your mission is.
And then what was your mindset about drinking since like you was drinking and driving? Like
Yeah, man.
did you leave it alone completely or
I did, bro. I stopped for a long time. But like I'll have a beer or a glass of wine, every so often. Obviously just more responsible. I think I was at a different point in my life where, I'm an adolescent kid that just wants
yeah.
to party and focus on things that aren't important. And I think that really like matures you fast when you're living life through a wheelchair and now, man, fast forward, I met my wife through this injury.
Yeah.
I went back to college. I finished my degree, met my wife in college, just had a baby boy
Okay.
about a month and a half ago.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So hold on. So hold on. So you
I
went back to
moved fast,
college.
moved fast.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So you went back to college and you met a
Yeah,
wife. So so how did you get the confidence to like talk to a lady or get a lady again
yeah,
after?
man. So for sure, man. Like I always been confident, bro. Like I always, you know, seeing like being injured and it's definitely tough, but I feel like if you the way you carry yourself and like your mindset is so important. Like I feel like you get like at least I feel like I got more attention being in a wheelchair from females than
Mhm.
like I did without it because like you stand out, right? And
Yeah.
if you're a good looking dude, you keep yourself in a little bit of shape and you're confident in like who you are. And
Mhm.
definitely that takes time. That takes time to get there. And everybody's abilities are different. But yeah, I mean, to me, I felt like I've always been confident. But yeah, no, I went to so back in college when I moved back down here after spending some time up north, and I was like, man, like I need to get back down to South Florida. It's sunny, it's flat, there's no snow. To me, this has always been home. So I came back down to finish college and ended up like one of the professors on campus at FIU is where I went at Florida International University. They approached me and
Okay.
was like, "Hey, will you come talk to our occupational therapy class about your experience, in rehab?" So I did, and ended up connecting with one of the girls there like 3 years later, after graduating, and then we kind of hit it off. And uh, next thing you know, I got a kid with her.
Oh
We're
yeah.
married.
That's
It's a
what's up,
blessing.
man. Yeah. So okay. Even with that, what was the process for you having a kid? Did you have to like? Was it
Yeah.
natural or did you have to go through like a
No,
procedure?
man, yeah, good question, bro. I went through IVF, dude. So like, anybody out there that wants to have a kid and is in a chair and in this position, it's possible. I think we're so blessed to like live in a time that, you know, 30, 40 years ago, this probably would have been really difficult to do. But yeah, I went through IVF. So like she did an embryo transfer, she got eggs out. I had the University of Miami, if anybody's interested, does like a male fertility study for spinal cord injuries. So like for free, they'll check, like your sperm, make sure everything's good. So I kind of went through that process and they extracted the sperm for me, put it in the egg, and it we're blessed enough to get 6 embryos out of that, and all of the embryos are boys, which is wild.
Oh
Um,
wow.
yeah, yeah. So it's crazy process, and definitely blessed to be able to have it, and we kind of started this process like 2 years ago.
Okay.
With with the vision of, man, we want to start a family, and um, yeah, and so God blessed us, and yeah, we got a beautiful baby boy out of it, and
Oh,
yeah,
that's
it's amazing.
congratulations, man.
Thank you, bro.
Congratulations.
You have did I see you have a kid too?
Yeah, 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 yeah. I just had a kid. She's a year
Good.
now. Yeah,
That's awesome, man. It's great, bro. It's
yeah,
a blessing, man.
yeah.
Congrats to you as
Thank
well.
you, man. It is a blessing. That's what I was saying. So how are you adapting to the fatherhood in the chair?
Yeah, so I think, like, for me, man, I was always worried, like, dude, I'm gonna drop the baby, like, like, just
Mhm.
because you're, like, just functionally, like, picking them up from,
Yeah,
different positions, putting the car seat in the car.
yeah,
But no, I've adapted really well, man. It's definitely getting easier. I think the first, like, month, you're, like, so, like, fragile with the baby because but babies are resilient, and
yeah,
it's you get more comfortable as you go, but definitely, like, adapting, finding what works for you. Like, we got a stroller and a car seat with one button to lift up. So, like, just trying to make little things, easier for you when all that is definitely key.
yeah. Oh, one question I didn't tap on: the friends that you went out with that night, are they still like around in your life? Like you still
Yeah,
keep?
yeah, for sure, man. Those are some of my best friends, and like, I'll never hold it against my boy for letting me drive home. Like, I probably would have done the same for him, and it's still the same support, still the same love, and they stuck with me through everything. Like, I went to that same one of my best friends that I kind of was with. We went to Hawaii, maybe, like, I got injured in 2012. We went in 2017, so about 5 years. And this dude's carrying me on his back to do all these things. Like, it's so, like, for me, it's definitely like, did I lose friends? Like, yeah, not my close friends, but I definitely,
Yeah.
like, friends that or were so-called friends. But
Mm-hmm.
which is again, like, a blessing, because you kind of carve out the people who are really, like, in it for you. So
Yep. Yep.
yeah, my closest friends, I still have. So
All right, that's good, man. That's good to hear, man. Good support. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. Do you have any siblings?
I do, yeah. So I'm the youngest of three. So I got a older sister and an older brother. We're all 2 years apart. So yeah, like, the support system, it was everything, dude. Like, from
Okay.
friends, family. I can't tell you how many people, like, I had praying for me when I was in the hospital, like, in an induced coma, going
Yeah.
through. I had two back surgeries. So yeah, man, the people that really held me down, man, like, family, bro, it was everything. They definitely got me to where I'm at today, like, pushing me and supporting me for sure.
Oh yeah, man. That's dope, man. That's
Yeah.
dope. That's dope. And then how does your how so your wife, how does she handle you like being in the chair? How's that?
Oh, man. Dude, she don't even see me in the chair, bro. Like, and
Right.
that's such, like, a blessing, man. Like, I'm so independent that, like, she forgets sometimes,
Yeah.
to be honest. Like, uh
Mine too, bro.
yeah, which is like, man, it's such a blessing. Like, we'll get in the car, right? And, like, most of the time, like, I'll break down my chair, but if she's with me, sometimes she'll throw it, like, in the back of the truck, and sometimes she just gets in the car when we're
And
in the car and
forgets,
play
right?
transfer. Yeah, and I'm like, yo.
Forgot the
um
chair.
Yeah, but no, man, I'm so, I feel like I'm very fortunate, very blessed to be, like, where I'm at, and um, yeah, I do, so I feel like I'm very independent, but, like, dude, she doesn't even see the chair, and
Yeah.
sometimes I gotta remind her, like, hey, like, sometimes not that I need help, but, like, make something a little more accessible if you can't, like,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
but she don't even think about it like that, but
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
yeah, it's no complaints, so it's a blessing to have that,
That,
man.
that's what's
It's
up, man. How long you been married for?
So, going on 3 years.
Nice.
3 years. There we go. Married in February 2023.
Nice.
Um, yeah, man, and it's great, dude. When you find that person, as I'm sure you know, like, it's life changing, man. And, like, when they hold you down, they're by your side, and, like, they don't see this chair and see you for who you are, and I think that's what makes, I think, being in a chair. I've heard a lot of different stories. I've heard a lot of women, like, leaving men after they get injured, or you know
Yeah.
while they're injured. But when I met my wife after my injury, so I think for that reason of her seeing who I am as a person, as a man, it just makes our relationship so much more solid.
Yeah, yeah. And I think that's so fire, man. To like when people in the wheelchairs find their person after injury. You know what I mean? Because the the talks. You're not gonna find a woman. Stuff like that, or you may lose your girl and stuff like that. So when you find that woman in the chair and that's down for you the whole way there, man, that's it's amazing, man.
It's everything, bro. That's everything. I mean, yeah, I see, able-bodied people out here struggling to like find the right person, and it's like, you know, these things happen to you in your life, right? But I feel like, God opens doors and closes doors, and it really like funnels you to like where you need to be in life.
Okay.
And yeah.
Yeah. So would you say you're a religious person or a spiritual person?
Man, I got a great relationship with God. I guess you could say both.
Yeah.
I was always I'm a Christian, bro. I've been a Christian my whole life. I've had that solid relationship and foundation with God prior to getting injured,
Yeah.
and I think I strayed away and kind of was doing things I shouldn't be doing, and I think, man, God doesn't. Again, it's not the first time I've driven drunk. And I think finally, I'm blessed enough to still be alive to continue my life, but there's been many a times where like I should have tightened up and I didn't.
Yeah.
And I think this just kind of brought it full circle, like back to, you know, building that foundation again and really having to trust in God. And after something tragic like this happens, you think your life is over. But
Yeah.
right, so that exoskeleton company I was telling you about, I ended up working with them and ended up traveling the world with them,
Oh, really?
like doing demos with this suit and like just showing it in all these different places in the US. I went to Singapore, I went to Hong Kong, I went to Australia with this company. So like just the doors that were open for me, man, I can't even like fathom like how fortunate it is that I was like, man, how am I ever gonna travel again? Right. Like those are these thoughts
Yeah.
that come into your head. And it's like, dude, I'm like hopping on a plane every other weekend when I first got injured. It was super cool, great experience.
Was you doing it alone? Like by
Yeah,
yourself?
yeah, yeah. No, I was doing it alone, happened to hop in Ubers alone. Like, like you figure out a process, bro. It's like
Yeah.
anything. It's like anything, man. It's like you
Yeah.
figure out how to overcome and adapt. And like the first time you do it, it's not going to be the smoothest, but as you continue to do it, as you continue to grow it, you figure out a way.
Yeah, that's right, man. You got to
How long?
figure it
How long
out.
you been injured? How long you been injured for?
11 years.
Okay, so yeah, you're right behind me. What's your injury level?
Uh, T10 through T12.
I know I see you, bro. You be walking, man. You be doing your thing, dog.
Yeah. Supposed
That's
to be
amazing.
supposed to be complete, but I don't know. They
You
don't
can't
know.
listen to any of that, man.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't, man. I don't. I,
yeah,
I don't. So when you say so you gain function back, you said, right? You gain a little function
yeah,
back.
yeah. Like a
Cause
few.
you said incomplete, right? You said
Yeah,
your
yeah, incomplete. Yep. So like I was paralyzed pretty much from the waist down when I first got injured, and then as time went on, as I was doing therapy, I started to get more function, like my hip flexors, my quads. So like that's when they put me in the straight leg braces and knee immobilizers, and from there I was like walking in with a walker. So like I do that now, like pretty functionally, but again, like it's tough to take it out of your house or off of a flat surface. So the
yeah,
goal would be like, man, I'd love to walk into a restaurant one day, just go sit down and eat. But then like you have the secondary things of like intermittent cathing and like things like that. That it's like, do you want to like play around with, risk it of not being able to get to the bathroom or get to the bathroom and like struggle to like, you know what I mean? Like, so there's all these different
yeah,
realities
yeah. You would definitely have to bring both. You have to bring the walker and the chair, man. Because, like you said, when you got to use the bathroom, you're gonna have to sit down and get.
for
Yeah.
sure. Bro.
So I see you have a. So wait, when you did the exoskeleton thing, traveling around the world, did you do a like the study first, and then they picked you to work with them?
So I ended up doing it in outpatient therapy because that's where they had this particular exo, and I was a good candidate to use it with my injury, and I started to walk in it after injury and started to walk pretty well in it. And so they would have people from their company, because they were one of the first um, therapy places to acquire this exo, that
Yeah.
they were like, hey, we would love for you to come work for us. And they tried me out at a couple things and demos, hospitals, and liked me, and yeah, I kind of worked with them for a while. They were based out of Bay Area. It was called Exo Bionics was the company. Really cool company, and great exo for like therapy. I don't know if you ever used it before.
Nah, I didn't. Not the
Yeah,
EXO.
man. So like this particular one was fire because like you could use your own ability, and then whatever you didn't have, it would help like finish the step for you. And so like out of all the exoskeletons that I've seen on the market, like this one had the most natural gait pattern. Like a lot of these are super clunky and all that, but
Yeah.
um yeah, it definitely, man, I think if you ever got a chance to use that particular one, it would definitely benefit you a lot because you could even like you can work on against like what you have. So like almost like weight training in a sense.
Okay. 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 That's dope, man. So after you travel around, what's next for you? What are you doing after that?
Yeah, man. So I did a few different jobs here and there. Like I ended up doing sales with that company. So I ended up trying to sell exoskeletons. So I had like a whole territory. And then from there, COVID happened, so I was 2020. So like, man, like the whole goal was always for me to move back down to Florida. I ended up moving to Charlotte for a while. And then after that, after COVID hit, I was like, man, like what am I gonna do? I gotta, kind of figure it out. So I ended up moving back down in with my grandma down here for a while as I got settled after, kind of COVID happened, waited a few months, came back down. And yeah, that's where I ended up meeting my wife and started talking again, kind of building that relationship up. And then from there, did a few miscellaneous jobs. But man, I've always wanted to start my own business. Like I always
Yeah.
had an entrepreneurial mindset. I always wanted to figure out something to like help the community, help our people with disabilities. I kind of heard and understood from a firsthand perspective of like kind of like the nightmare stories of people even trying to get catheters and medical supplies. So I ended up starting my own medical supply company called Roll Strong,
Okay.
and yeah, so I wanted to kind of always get into that entrepreneurial, find some type of business for myself, work for myself, help people. It's always been a goal, and yeah, I ended up starting Roll Strong about in 2021.
Okay.
Yeah, and so kind of been slowly building it up, and man, like if anybody who's ever worked with me, and as long as obviously I have their insurance and everything lines up, they could tell you like my service is A1, bro. Like I understand from how important it is to get the catheters, to get
Yeah.
to try different ones, see which ones fit your lifestyle, and I've been fortunate enough to kind of grow this, and dude, I've been doing this for about 5 years solo. It's just me doing it, and it's I love it, man. I love being able to help people get back, and yeah, it's been great.
That's right, man. That's right.
Yeah,
Congratulations on that, man.
appreciate you, man.
That's
Thank
real.
you.
That's real dope, man. That's real dope to because you're in the wheelchair and you really know the essentials of it. So catheters and what else do you have? Like gloves and things like that.
Yeah, yeah, mostly like incontinence supplies, but like my main supply is catheters.
Okay.
But yeah, dude, like I try to like try every single catheter on the market, and just try to hold it down for people in chairs, man. I know how it is with insurance and even having to pay out of pocket for the stuff. So like if I could help somebody, I will. But yeah, man, it's been fire. And I started to get into like wheelchair sports was huge for me. Like early on, I
Okay.
never mentioned like that. I always been an athlete, so I played soccer like most of my life, and wheelchair basketball was the first thing I got into after getting injured.
How'd you like
And
that?
dude, I loved it, man. Like
Oh yeah.
honestly, I think I'm better in a wheelchair than I was able-bodied.
Yeah.
That's probably how bad I was at basketball. But
Oh man.
man, it's great, dude. Like that was the first thing that I found that it was like a support system, man. Like I found so much support and wheelchair basketball and seeing other people go through the same situation because you see you're in the hospital and you see other people with different injuries, but man, when you're out there in the real world and you see people living this life every day, grinding and figuring it out, it switches your mindset. And
Yeah.
yeah, so wheelchair basketball, I still play today. I started in Connecticut. I was a Connecticut Spoke Benders was the first team. Shout out them, and ended up moving down to. I played in North Carolina when I was up there, and then now I play for the Fort Lauderdale Sharks.
Okay.
So, yeah, great group of people, man. Like the whole wheelchair basketball community Man, it's amazing, dude, and that's like the biggest support system I found like after being injured
Bro,
was through wheelchair sports.
that's what's up, man. A lot of like-minded people, man. Like, yeah, man.
Sure, for
Um,
sure.
um, damn, what I was about to ask? I was about to ask you a question. Wheelchair sports. Said you got into the catheter. So, also the catheter business. How's that going for you? So, do you like you reach out to you? Do you have to reach out to people? People are like
Yeah,
finding you.
yeah, like kind of a bunch of different things. Like I'll reach out to people and kind of just let them know what I do, and if a lot of people in chairs, man, if they're satisfied with their catheter supplier, they know how difficult it is, and sometimes they don't even want to switch. I'm like, look, that's cool. If you get you got what you need, great. I'm here if anything ever changes. But I'll go to events like Abilities Expo. I've had a booth out there. I'll go to wheelchair basketball tournaments, sports tournaments, kind of anybody that I meet, honestly, in a chair. I mean, I'm kind of part of the reason I wanted to open this is like I meet so many people like doing so many different things, and I always see people in chairs, and it's a really easy conversation. Like, hey, look, like I own a catheter company. If you ever need help with supplies or can't get what you need or want to try something different, like I'm out here to support you. And and that's kind of my whole goal with Roll Strong, right? It's it and why I pick Roll Strong is, man, like every day we have the opportunity to wake up, to be great, to be grateful for what we have, to focus on what we have, and really verbatim like roll strong, right? Like have that mindset of being the best you can be. And obviously everybody has their days, but that's the mission with it. And yeah, dude, it's been great, man.
So I take. Do you drive?
I do, yeah, I do.
Okay.
So um man, that was another thing. When you start driving again and you get that independence back, and it's everything. But yeah, dude, I got a truck actually. I had a truck when I got injured. Like I fixed it up, and now I recently got a new one. And dude, I've always wanted to like get back to having that. But I got permanent hand controls in there. Uh, you can get portable ones, which I've had for a minute. But dude, yeah, I love it, bro. I transfer up there. I break down the chair and figure it out.
What's the process of the built-in hand controls? Did you have to pay out of pocket or did you go through insurance?
Yeah, so depending on like where you get your car from, like they'll have a lot of like rebate opportunities. So like I think I got a Dodge Ram, but the it's like Chrysler, Dodge, and Jeep had like a rebate. So I paid like 2,000 out of pocket, 1,500, something like that, and then I think they gave me $1,000 towards it. So if you get a new car, a lot of times they'll help pay for that stuff. And then there's also like grants. There's so many grants. There's so many foundations out there like that will help support people in chairs, people with spinal cord injuries, that they'll support hand controls as well.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I never knew that. I never
Yeah,
knew you could do the rebate
I'm
thing.
trying to think. I'm trying to think what it was called. There was a company called Easter Seals out there that help like with the driving school, and then they'll help pay for you. There's a lot of like foundations that if you're applying to work and have a job, they'll pitch in and like help get hand controls and things like that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. So how does that how's there are you still in therapy now? Or do you just
Nah, I mean, like
more
I'll work out and stuff, like at my house, and play sports and stuff, stay active. I'll walk in braces and stuff, like not as much as I should, but I'll do that.
yeah, yeah,
But as
yeah,
far
yeah.
as like going to therapy, I don't. There's a lot of great therapy places out here, though. A lot of like unorthodox ones that really push you in different ways that I like
Different
better.
ways, yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. She said I work for Eastern Sales. Wait,
yeah,
Eastern.
there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was out in Connecticut that I did that. And like they took you through like a driving school. Um, I'm trying to think of the I think every state has one. It's like when you go back to work, they'll help you find work, like being in a chair. I just it's not I can't
Is
think of
it
it now.
like Votech? Votech?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Vogue Rehab, I think.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, yeah, yeah. They help you. Then they help you go back to school, and if you wanted to, stuff like that. Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna anybody who has a spinal cord injury or any type of uh like neuro injury, cerebral palsy, spina bifida. There's a there's a foundation out here in South Florida called the Way Forward Foundation, and they extended their grant, so anybody who wants to do continuing education, they'll help pay for like your tuition to go
Oh
back to
yeah.
college, to go back to school. Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's nice.
yeah, man. So
That's
that's the thing with so part of the reason I wanted to open Roll Strong is bro, there's so many dots to connect. And like if it's not even medical supplies, it's going back to school, it's finding a new wheelchair, it's going, driving. Like there's so many different dots to connect. And if I don't have the answers, like I'll know somebody who does, that can put you in touch with someone else who might know. So
yeah.
like I think this community, it's amazing, bro. Like being in a chair and there's so many different people that are plugged in, and knowing that and tapping in is huge.
Yeah. It's all about who you know, man. Because you can find out a lot of information. Like some of the information I didn't even know until I got on these, until I got into a wheelchair chat and finding out different things. I'm like, oh yeah, really? Because I never had like before I got into the wheelchair chats online, I never had like wheelchair friends and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, you learn so much, man. You learn that
yeah,
it's like they kind of troubleshoot it for you already. Like some of the OGs who have been in the chair for a long time, like kind of tell you what works and what doesn't, and you'll always find like new ways to do things and to adapt.
yeah, yeah. So you own your own company, man. That's fire, man. That's fire. That's fire. The catheters helping out the wheelchair community, man. Somebody said, what did you go to college for?
Yeah, I went to business administration and a minor in like marketing or something like that.
Okay.
But it's yeah, I mean, you use your degree a little bit, but I think as an entrepreneur, man, I always wanted to like figure out something, in that route, and um, it's definitely come in handy. But I'll say like you could find ways to be successful without college necessarily.
Yeah. Roll Strong is the name of the company. Roll Strong. Yeah,
Yeah, and it's
man.
Instagram, it's roll_strong. But again, like if anyone's on here, man, if they want to try samples out, like if they need help, they're not getting their supplies on time, try me out, man. I would love the opportunity to help and to see if you guys want to work with me. The great thing is, man, it's 24 hours, bro. If somebody is in a spot, they can't get what they need, like they have my cell phone. It's not like they're calling a 1-800 number waiting, the following Monday. It's like, man, like hit me up. I'm always available, and I got
Yeah. Yeah. I'm always here, man. Hit me up. I got you.
you.
Shipping out the next day?
That's it. Yeah. Yep. It takes about 2 days shipping,
Okay.
depending on like what warehouse it's coming from.
Okay.
Yeah. Where you
Yeah,
where you
man.
based where you based out of? Where you live, bro?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Um, what else did I say? Oh, so pain. Do you get like nerve pain or spasms, anything like that?
Yeah. So like I get nerve pain for sure. When I first got injured, I was on like gabapentin. I was on all this different medication, and honestly, like I just kind of got lazy and stopped taking it, and then eventually like kind of weaned myself off of it. And luckily, I never had like moving spasms, right? Like everybody's different, and that's the crazy thing with injuries is like you any type of level, no matter if you move an inch, a centimeter, like your injury is going to be different than the next person. So like I don't have moving spasms, but like I get nerve pain, but I have a lot of atrophy. So like I lost a lot of muscle in my legs.
Yeah, yeah, me too. The
So,
nerve pain.
yeah, man. So yeah, dude, it's tough, man. Some people get it a lot worse, and it's definitely worse on some days. But I've been, you kind of look at it like, man, like I know a lot more people who have it worse than I do, so it's hard to complain about all that type of stuff.
Yeah, man. The thing that shit hurt though, man. That shit
Yeah, it
hurt, man.
does.
You gotta push through it, man. That nerve
It
pain,
does,
push
bro.
through it, man.
It'll catch you off guard, bro. So like, you just be sitting there and someone would look at you like, man, like, what's wrong with you, bro? You good? And you just gotta be like, I'm going through a quick session right now. I gotta give me a minute.
Is the pain so yeah, somebody says the pain less living in Florida than it was in Connecticut?
Is the pain well as far as like I'm assuming they're talking about the cold weather. I would say
Yeah,
the pain's a lot less because it's way more beautiful out here. But definitely like the cold weather didn't affect me too much. Maybe like more so like my back muscles and
yeah.
like tightness. But as far as like nerve pain, it didn't really do too much as far as make it worse.
Okay, okay. Are the side effects are more dermant than you being treated? Some more meds on. Yeah, for sure. Side effects to the gabapentin. Do you still take
No, I
gabapentin?
haven't taken any of that stuff for man. Like I took it for the first couple years after injury, and then stopped taking it. Um, so yeah, I mean, I've been fortunate enough to wean myself off, and then like kind of just fight through the pain. So on some days it's worse. Like if I ever get a UTI, that's like you're at like a 10 there on pain, and but other than that, it hasn't been too bad.
How do you so if you do get pain, what do you do?
Just just hold on, bro. Nah, just fight through it. I mean, it comes and goes.
Yeah,
But it's like it's wild though, because your body having a spinal cord injury will tell you, like if say like if you have to use the bathroom or something, right? You might get more nerve pain than like
yeah.
you typically would. Um, so it just depends. But kind of just fight through it, man. Wait for it to be gone, and and kind of go from there.
All right, man. All right. So with your baby, man, do you do like you get on the floor and stuff like that with the baby?
Yeah, yeah. So I'll get on the floor. We'll do tummy time. We'll do a lot of stuff on the couch. I think the biggest thing was like, man, once he's in a bassinet right now, so like he sleeps next to me and that side. So picking him up, that was one of the things I was worried about. So we got a specific bassinet that like the side drops down. So like trying to make it more adaptable. And then once he's in the crib, I think we have a crib in the other room. It's not too I guess it's not too like wheelchair friendly in a sense, but I'm gonna figure it out and figure out how to work around it. But yeah, I'll get on the floor and do those things, and I think floor transfers, man, that's huge for people in chairs to figure out. Getting up and down like that's your independence is to be able to do that is that's huge, bro.
Yeah. Do you crawl? Can you crawl?
Yeah, yeah, I crawl on my hands and knees.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
now how often? I mean, I see you grinding all the time, bro. So like functionally for you, like are you walking out in the community or is it really just at the house and
Yeah, just in the house. I mean, I walked outside a couple times, but like you said, man, it's a process walking with just the braces outside. You know what I mean? And it's my legs. I can walk without the braces too, but I just need my legs to get stronger. You know what I mean? Like they're still like wobbly, and you know what I
yeah,
mean. They don't lock fully when I walk, but I can move them when I walk, man. Just keep fighting through it, man.
that's
I
it,
haven't
bro. I
been
mean,
I haven't been working out lately because I hurt my shoulder working out a couple weeks ago, so taking it slow, getting back to it. But
got
I'll
you.
still like do the electrical bike, the stem pads on my legs, stuff like that. Therapy, man, like you said. I mean, if I'm gonna go to therapy, I'm gonna go to one of those intensive therapies. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
regular
no.
therapy where they just want you to be independent in a chair and kick you out. You know what I mean?
Yeah. If you ever come down to South Florida, bro, there's a place called NeuroFit 360. This guy named
Yes.
Gee. This guy named Gee, man. He's that guy, bro. He'll put you into some crazy intense
Yeah.
therapy, man. He's
Yeah. Neurofit, man. I hit them up before, man. I hit them up before, and I was gonna try to do like a couple days, and he was like, "Nah, like we gonna work." You know what I mean? But yeah, um, I know exactly who you're talking about. I know exactly what you're talking about. I actually came down to South Florida one time and seen this reflexologist down there in Clearwater. Did some things. He had me doing some things, man. Showed me a lot of things to connect and how to abduct your hips and end up go in and out and
Bro, I seen what you were doing the other day. We had a skateboard.
yeah, 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 yeah,
Wow, dude, that makes so much sense.
yeah, yeah. And
I
I
could,
seen, yeah, you know what? And I seen somebody do that at a therapy spot. I seen somebody do it at a therapy spot, and I'm like, he taught me how to do it, so I just put it both together. He taught me how to bring my that was one of the things that we worked on when I was there to bring my knee to my chest and try to push back down, knee to the chest, push back down. Another thing he told me, like when you're on your stomach, your hips extend out. He was like, do like 200 a night to push your hips in,
mm,
so your hips can get under your body, so it can hold your weight. 'Cause basically, that's
yeah,
what your legs are forgetting is how to hold you up, how to hold your weight up.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That's
he was saying
wild,
like
man.
do that, and it helps a little bit, man. It helps because once your hips get tight, it's crazy. But yeah, I seen somebody online doing the skateboard thing at a therapy spot, one of them intensive therapy spots. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna try that. Just tried it. I should do it more often, but man, it's a lot, man. It's a lot.
Yeah,
The
no, I mean,
daily and everything.
yeah, bro, and even to like not necessarily not stay motivated, but to stay motivated, bro, to like continue to like be disciplined to do that all the time. Is yeah, it's you got to be on a strict regimen, man. It's not easy.
Tough, man. What do you do? What do you do on the days that you don't feel like doing nothing? Like how do you
Man,
keep
you got
pushing through?
it's you know you sometimes you need a day on the couch, bro, and that's all right, you know. And the next day you push forward and do better. But man, I'll tell people just get outside, dude. Like if if you're not having such a productive day, just go for a stroll and clear your mind, get outside. Like being outside is everything, and it definitely like helps you in a lot of different areas. But man, just trying to find that's where I lack, man, is discipline to like work out every day. But you got to do it. And you gotta have an accountability partner, whether it's your wife or your friends, and that definitely helps.
Yep.
It's like not doing it alone. Go do a group exercise, whatever. Um,
Yeah. Yeah. And then somebody to tell you about yourself when you're lacking, man. Something that you
it
don't want to
man,
hear, but
that's it
you,
for real.
you gotta
Keep
hear
it
it.
keeping it real. Yeah,
You gotta hear it, man. Somebody said, "What's your sign?"
was my sign. I'm a Gemini.
Gemini.
Yeah.
So June.
Yeah, End of May, June. Yeah.
End of May, June. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
What's my sign?
Yeah, they ask everybody that up here, man. They try to see what people mindset it is, stuff
They
like
try to
that.
figure you out, huh? Yeah, man. I appreciate you having me on here, dude. And like,
Yeah.
and like, it's tough, bro. Like being in this position, but it's like, man, we have each other to lean on, and it's like nobody's alone in this, bro. Like there's so many things that come up, like even when you first get injured, bro, like about sex and like about like how you're gonna like just continue living. And I'll tell people there's ways to figure out everything. You might not be able to do the things exactly how you did them before, but you can still do them, bro. Like, dude, I'll tell you, one of my biggest dreams, even before getting injured, was to have my own boat, bro. And like, I love to fish. That's one of my favorite things to do. And after my injury, I ended up like I got like a 22-foot boat, and I'll go fishing in the ocean, and I do all that stuff by myself. And like, it's
Oh
just,
yeah. So
yeah,
wait, you
bro.
get on the boat by yourself and go fishing?
Yeah, yeah. I'm lucky enough I can keep it
Uh,
at a dock, so it's a little easier than like trailering it and like launching it. But yeah, dude, I transfer onto the boat myself, bring the chair on. If I'm going to like a reef out here because it's great fishing, I'll anchor up myself. Like man, you figure out a way to do the things that you want to do in this life, and it takes definitely trial and error, but with the right attitude, the right mindset, like the willingness to try and fail, like bro, there's nothing that nobody can't do. Like as long as you
Yeah,
put yourself out there.
for sure. For sure, for sure. Oh, that's pretty dope, man. Get on the boat by
Yeah,
yourself.
man.
I'll be
When you come
scared.
out here, man. When you come out here, bro, we're gonna get you on a boat, bro.
Hey yo, listen, bro. A boat though by yourself. That's a So I have my other I have some couple few friends in the wheelchairs and stuff. They always go on cruises and we talk about that a lot, man. I be like, man, I don't know, man. Just out in the water like that. But they say
Yeah,
it's really amazing to be out there.
yeah. I mean, I don't venture out. I'm not going to Bimini, you know, and here.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'll go out there. Like, I'll go. Like, I can definitely see land. You know what I mean? But yeah, no, it's you know, you got to be safe when you do those things. You got to have a float plan. You got to, you know, have all the safety equipment, and you got to be prepared. You know, that's one of those things. Like, you got to plan. Like that's the whole thing with like being in a wheelchair. If you want to travel, you want to go overseas, or you want to go somewhere, like you got to plan and you got to figure out, you know, like how you're gonna do these things.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. That's for sure, man. You gotta have it all together, man. Cause you don't want to get out there and be down on your luck, man. 'Cause that's not in the
Yeah,
wheelchair, man.
nah, it's man, yeah, you can find yourself in some bad situations, bro. But yeah, you just gotta keep moving forward, man. That's all. You know, always be grateful. I tell people, man, like at first when you get injured, like you gotta look at what you have versus what you don't have. You know, because like
Yeah,
dwelling
for sure,
on the negative isn't going to get you out of the chair. You gotta you know take what you have and work with what you got. You know?
for sure, for sure, man. So are you and your wife done, or are you think about having
I
another
mean, I
kid?
want more, man. I want more, dude. I would like to have like three. I mean, I'm having all
Okay.
boys, so um, I think three would be a perfect number. You know, if everything worked out financially, we maybe go for four. But it's funny, man. Like I tell people that who have kids, and they're like, "All right, have your first one," and then come talk to
Yeah,
me. Um,
yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh man, it's been great. He's a great baby, and we've gotten very fortunate. And like my wife and I were a great team, or we tag team like pretty much everything. And you know, I think the first couple days when you get home from the hospital are definitely rough because you don't sleep in the hospital because they're coming in every 30 minutes. And then when it's you know when you finally settle in, it takes a little bit of adjustment. But man, like you know, we wanted this and, you know, that's what we signed up for. So, yeah, I
Yeah,
definitely want a
man.
big family if we can. How about you?
Yeah. I have two. I have my son. He's 11, and I had him right before I was injured, and so I have and then I have my daughter who's one. I don't know, man. I may be done. I don't know. Probably one more if anything, if my wife's up to it. But
Did you have to go through like I
yeah,
well?
no,
Dope.
no. I did it naturally. We did it
All
naturally,
natural.
man.
I
Yeah,
like that, bro.
all natural. Yeah, man.
Good, man.
All natural, bro. Like through the grace of God, praying. Journaling it, taking the right herbs, the right diet, stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Happened natural, man. Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Just happened. Tried it happen, man. So, anything you got coming up that you want to tell the people, or any plans, any
Man,
events, anything?
you know, just continuing to grind with work, man. I'm still in the office all the time and just still trying to grow strong and you know help people. So you know, just definitely spread the word. And you know, if anybody needs anything with catheters, definitely come holler at me. And I would love to put you guys on to some great ones. And just man, continue doing your thing with this, bro, and hearing people's stories. That's super important. And supporting everyone and you know let me know how I can support you if I can promote your stuff, bro. And you know I appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming on, man. Coming on, man. I really appreciate that, man. Spreading your story, man. Giving people motivation. Really positive, man. How do you stay super positive as you are, man? Like
Man, I mean
you got
you
this.
definitely have your days, bro. You definitely have your days, but honestly at the end of the day no one's coming to rescue you, right? Like it's up to you to be the person you want to be and to get yourself to where you want to go in life. And definitely it's easier said than done. Like every day is a battle sometimes, bro. And um
Yeah,
it's just you gotta honestly, my faith, bro, my faith in Christ, and and just knowing that like there's a bigger plan, and that, to me, that's who I lean on in times of greatness and times of not so great. And I think that for me, that's definitely how I stay positive, and honestly, just like looking at what I have in my life, bro. Like it's hard to not be when man, I prayed for all these things, and like all these prayers have been answered. Having a wife, having a kid, having being able to help people in my job, and dude, it's been awesome, dude. So like I can't. It's hard for me to like to find the negative. I guess maybe I don't look for it. And I try to just stay solid in what I have, and then kind of work towards what I don't.
yeah, man. Do you have any so what's your goal with your company? Like a big warehouse type thing, or you want to keep it,
Man, I just, yeah, like
small?
I want to keep it like I want to help as many people as I can. So like I don't think I'll ever turn down somebody who needs help. But I definitely want to keep it like personal, right? I don't think you got all these huge companies out there. I don't know if I'll ever go corporate like that. But definitely keeping it in house, keeping it. I would love to hire people in chairs, bro, and like put people on in chairs and sales and marketing. And I have a girl in a chair right now working me for marketing, and so like just trying to support the community in that sense. Obviously, I got to get big enough to do that, but I'm on my way. I just want to keep growing this and being able to kind of stick up for us. We're like, man, like, I'm sure you see it, how crazy insurance is, how crazy this world is, like, and the direction that it's heading. It's scary. But just trying to like hold us down and have each other's back, and and keep moving forward.
Yeah, man. That's dope, man. Yeah. Good for the community, man. That's great, man. That's great, man. Wish you nothing but continued success, brother. All right, man. Before we wrap it up, what advice would you give a newly wheelchair injured person?
Yeah, for sure, man. Honestly, it's definitely tough. You're gonna have your battles, but again, focus on what's in front of you, focus on what you do have, and not dwell on what you lost, and just work on little by little. If it's one step at a time, if you can move one finger at a time, like focus on what you do have, and work from there. And try new things, man. Get out there and get in. Honestly, try adaptive sports. Try there's like I went water skiing. There was like adaptive water skiing. It was do something that you wouldn't normally do, and prove to yourself that, man, like if I put myself out there, like I really can accomplish whatever. And it's just about
Yeah,
try something new. And again, if you're definitely try to find support, right? Like I think I was blessed in having that. And I think it's tough too. Like, what do you tell someone who doesn't have that support system? You know, I,
yeah,
you gotta dig deep within yourself, right? And like again, like get you're the only one that can make decisions for yourself, move forward for yourself. So like that's the mindset that you gotta have. But yeah, just keep moving forward. Take one day at a time, and that's it. That's all we can control is the present day. So tomorrow's not promised. Just focus on today.
not at all.
Yeah.
Can't do nothing about tomorrow. I mean, yesterday, man. Yesterday's done, man. Tomorrow's not promised. Present moment. That's facts, man. Great mindset, man. Great mindset, man. You ever thought about doing like speaking to the wheelchair users and like newly injured wheelchair users and like
Yeah,
physio
yeah,
classes?
yeah. I was signed up to do that, and then it kind of fell through with one of the places I was trying to do. But yeah, I definitely like want to get into like more of that mentoring program. I think there's a couple hospitals out here that I could do that, and I think it would definitely be beneficial for people. But yeah, I gotta do that, man. I gotta tap back in and like give back as much as I can. Obviously you get busy in life and things happen, but yeah, I would like to do that
Especially with a newborn, man. Yeah.
for
The
sure.
baby still sleeping? I mean, the baby still up all night or sleep through the
Man,
night? He sleeps through the
we're
night.
sleeping. I'm sleeping in blocks, bro. Like 2 to 3 hour blocks. Like
Uh,
last night he woke up and he didn't want to go back to sleep. So like he's
uh,
sitting there screaming, and I'm just like, hey, I'm like, hey, wife, wake up.
hey,
um,
wake up! It's your turn. It's your
that's
turn.
it. Nah,
Yeah,
but
you gotta take turns, man. That's
that's
crazy.
it, man. But we work together, man. That's it. And and he definitely like when you do have that baby and like you're sitting there, and like taking care of it, and it's like you tell your partner, all right, like go work out, go do your thing for a little while, and then you start looking at that clock. That clock, you've been gone for a little, nah. um,
Yeah.
but it's
Hey,
great,
I
dude.
hope my wife listening. It ain't just me. You see, it's not just me, man. You hear it? It's not just me.
That's
I be on her like, oh, you got, let's go. I'm ready. Like, I'm
that,
ready. Yeah, man. Hey, man.
that's it.
Appreciate you coming up here, man. Appreciate you coming up on the platform telling your story, man. It's amazing, man. Thank you, man.
For sure,
All
Benji. I
right. So
appreciate you
how
having
we
me, man.
and yo, how I ended it off is I say five I ams and then you repeat after me and then we end it like that. Okay,
But
so I am successful in everything I do.
I am successful in
Yes.
everything I do.
I am healed.
I am healed.
I am happy.
I am happy.
I am wealthy
I am wealthy.
and I am strong.
I am strong.
Yeah, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate you
Appreciate-
coming up
I, I,
here, man.
appre- I appreciate
Everybody
you.
go follow him, man. Roll strong on Instagram,
Yep.
right?
Roll ROLL_strong STRONG. Or you can follow me through Shane Moscow, whatever you want. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, man. Look forward to staying in touch, man, and seeing your journey too, bro. I always show
Yeah.
love, man. Love seeing you grind and seeing you do your thing, bro. So keep it up.
Hey, thank you, man. You too, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, I'm out of here, man. Catch me next week, same time. Peace. Episode 15. Thank you, brother.
See you, man.